Hey guys, RC here, back with episode 2 of our 1976 season with the Kansas City Royals. We're playing Out of the Park Baseball version 18. And as I promised last episode, I went in and made a bunch of moves. Let's see, front office transactions. So there is our transaction log for yesterday, basically. We have released a large number of players. We have made a trade. We have called that person up to the 40-man active roster. Demoted Jim Wolford to AAA and put two players, including last year's starting catcher, Fran Healy, on waivers. We were unable to trade him. It'll be nice to cut his $232,000 salary. And wow, you go from being the starter last year to third string this year. Bob Stinson at 30 has ousted him this spring. Not sure he's a better hitter, but we also have Tim McCarver, an aging veteran, but we do have him on the books for this year. And, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not such a good idea. Who do I have coming up? Anybody? I've got Craig Perkins. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Craig Perkins will be ready next year. And I was really surprised I could not get anything for Fran. Um, but that's what it is. So I wanted to go over our opening day lineups. We have Dennis Dutch Leonard. Again, his nickname was not Dutch, at least not that I can find, but Dutch sounds like it goes good for him, and there was a Dutch Leonard back in the 30s with the Brooklyn Dodgers. So Dennis inherits his nickname and will henceforth in my dynasty or my Let's Play be known as Dutch. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. He went 9-11 with a 4.0 ERA last year. Kind of a down year for him, so we certainly hope to see him rebound, especially since the game's putting him in as our number one. Nelson Briles went 15-8 last year with a 4.22 ERA. He is getting up there. He's 32. Marty Patton, another 32-year-old vet, went 14-11 with a 3.82 last year. Steve Busby was our opening day starter last year, went 16-10 with a 2.88, but is number 4 this year. And Paul Splitorf went 8-10 with a 3.91 last year. New to the lineup is Al Hrabowski, the Mad Hungarian. We got him in a trade with St. Louis. Why is your morale not good? I guess he had a rough spring, but he went 6-6 with 17 saves, a 2.43 ERA. He was named the reliever of the year in the National League last year and made the All-Star game. So he's new. Steve Mingori went 4-0 with a 4.85 last year for us. Bruce Sutter we acquired in a trade with the Cubs in June of last season. I think he is the future in our bullpen, but he only had 5 appearances last year. And I think we discussed at some point during the season, we don't, at this era, it was more common for a starter to go 7 or 8 innings or even throw a complete game than to go deep into the bullpen. So it's likely that Fitzmaurice, Bird, and Wiley will not see much action this year. Dal Canton actually got 8 starts, went 5-4, had 2 saves with a 2.32 ERA. He's going to be 35 here in a couple of weeks, so probably his last season with us. Al Fitzmaurice, 3-2 with a 4.17 ERA. His whip wasn't bad, so hopefully he can rebound from that. He actually has some potential to step in and be a starter. Doug Bird went 4-8 with 18 saves, a 3.97. 26 years old, and he was actually my stopper last year. I may end up moving him with, in fact, Mingori's there probably as a lefty specialist. I'm going to put him into middle relief. We're going to put him into a setup role. And yeah, I want him 7th or later. We'll put him 6th or later. Yeah, let's do that. Turn those guys around a little bit. All right, so that's what our bullpen and starting rotation look like. Over on the position side at catcher, Fran Healy has been put on waivers. Bob Stinson will be starting. Tim McCarver, who we acquired in a trade with Boston, will be our backup. John Mayberry, Lee Lacy, Freddie Patek, George Brett around the horn. Otenzio, Staggs, and Gates backing them up. And across the outfield, Hal McRae and Amos Otis are back. Ron Fairley, who we got in a trade with St. Louis, will be our starting right fielder. Otenzio will also be backing up those positions, as will Mallory. So that is what our lineup looks like for this year. I am curious. Let's see, player development, entire organization, current ratings. Well, I would call Ron Fairley an upgrade, but not really. You know. And it looks like we have all the best guys called up. Jamie Quirk at third base. We're going to have to find a new spot for him. In fact, I think he ended up playing third base most of his career, but it was with Milwaukee, if I remember correctly. Certainly will not be starting for the Royals, at least not in the foreseeable future. Shortstop, we've definitely got a hole. We have nobody behind Patek, so I would like to address that. Now, you know what I could do? Let's see. He can play short. That's where I need to come down and find one of these guys. And maybe put them in at shortstop and have them playing regularly. Yeah, the game doesn't like either one of these guys, and I don't blame them. Well, you know what? I am going to put... I'm going to put him to be starting at short. And that's in double A. No, that wasn't... Was that triple A? Triple A. There he is. All right, so he's now at shortstop. And that puts Jose Arcia over at third. Now, he does not actually have any position ratings, and he's 32. I'm going to go ahead and release him. Didn't I have another guy, Brian Murphy? Now, see, why is the... Oh, I wonder if the game's putting him at second base. Yes. Okay. Well, that's just not having enough players around. So that's okay. Hopefully we'll fill that up. Hopefully we'll have a few guys coming up from Double A before too long. All right, so we were looking at the lineups and we went through that. Right now it has the batting order as Patek, Lacy, Brett, McRae in cleanup, Mayberry, Otis, Fairley, and Stinson rounding out the top 8 spots. Remember, we disabled the DH in the league, so that is ready to go. All right, well, let's go ahead and do opening day, or we'll do the opening week. We're on Monday. Bunch of emails pop up. I haven't heard anybody say anything in the comments about the news, so I guess you guys are liking seeing everything. So Vita Blue for the A's, a 5-hit shutout. Fergie Jenkins gets a shutout for the White Sox. Bob Forsch of the Cardinals. Steve Yeager, 5 for 5 against the Giants. Doug Rowell. Rennie Stennett. Kelly Stennett. Who am I thinking of? I do remember Rennie, though. Busby got a shutout to get his first win of the season as we take out the Angels with a 2-hitter. Awesome. Detroit and Milwaukee, 12-game suspensions for Ben Ogilvy, Jim Colburn. Very nice. Early season frustrations. Mike Hargrove, he went on, I believe, to be the Cleveland Indians manager when they went to the World Series in the early 90s. Don Baylor of the Orioles, 5 hits. Doug DeCinces is the young third baseman for the Orioles, player of the week. Richie Zisk for the Pirates. Jose Cruz will miss 5 weeks for the Cubs. Bert Hooton out for 4 to 5 weeks. Boog Powell, but weighing in at 240 pounds. Rick Rushell, 235, and the Candyman at 235. Power rankings, we come in at number 3 in the initial release, so that's actually pretty good. That means we must have had a decent week. Let's check out the standings. We went 4-2. We're tied for the lead, and we ended on a 3-game win streak. Anybody on the leaderboard? Steve Busby tied with that 0 ERA. Very nice. Don Baylor off with 3 home runs. Richie Zisk with 4 in the power numbers. And we can come down and take a look at the schedule. So we lost the opener to Texas. That's disappointing. Went 12. The Rangers got 1 in the 9th to tie it. Who gave that up? So Leonard gave up 1 run, none earned in 7 innings on 7 hits. Hrabowski blew the save with 3 2/3 innings. Doug Bird, 1/3 of an inning and got lit up. 7 pitches and only got 1 out. That's not really good, fella. We split the doubleheader with them, and then we swept California 2-0, 2-1, and 5-3. Oakland and the White Sox are coming up next. And speaking of the White Sox, they went 3-3 this week. You know, we're only in the first week, but they're a game back. Angels looking for their first win, the only team not to get a win in the opening week. And looks like us, and along with the Pirates, had 3-game win streaks. They went 6-1, so they're off to a hot start. Trying to remember. Now, of course, we're not mimicking history, but 1976 Major League Baseball standings. Baseball Reference, an excellent site, by the way. All right, so the Yankees won by 10.5 games. The Royals won by 2.5. Phillies by 9. Cincinnati by 10. And according to this, the wild cards would be the Dodgers and the A's over on the American League. Baltimore and Pittsburgh in the National League. And then it was the Reds and the Yankees, and the Reds swept the Yankees that year in the World Series win for the Big Red Machine. So that's history. We don't know if that's what we're dealing with because we do not have it set up for exact replay. All right, so let's get in. Well, let's look real quick. Leonard went 1-0. 1-0 for Bryles, no decision. 1-0 with a shutout. 1-0. Really good pitching from our starting lineup. I'm going to adjust him over to a closer. I'm going to make him my setup man. I'm going to make him middle relief. I'm going to make him relief, excuse me. And emergency starting pitcher. I want to go with the closer role. I just like that better with, one, maybe 2 innings. Seeing him go 3 innings was a little troubling. And Lee Lacy, 389 with 7 RBIs in the first week. Very nice. Had 7 hits, including a triple. Freddie Patek hitting 333. Outside of that, we're struggling at the dish. So we're probably lucky that our pitching was doing that well. Oof. 227, 217, 190 for Mayberry. Man, he needs to pick it up. He did have a home run, the only home run of the week. Brett did not have one. So yeah, we need to pick that up a little bit. Pitching's looking good. Bullpen, not bad, but still 8th, and we're not doing anything in offensively. So that is not looking good so far. Let's go ahead and get another week in here. See what happens. All right. Let's see. So designated for assignment. All right. So Fran Healy and Lindy McDaniel. We're just going to release him because let's go ahead and pay it. Let's see. What does he have left? He is signed for 2 years. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's shop him real quick. Nobody picked him up on waivers. So I'm going to go ahead and release him and spread it out over the 2 years. All right. We're on Thursday, so let's go ahead and finish the week. All right, well, we sold out opening day. We were at 20,000, and we have gotten up near 30, so the boss is going to be a little happy with that. Looks like attendance per game is at 26,750, up 18.6%. That'll help us out a good bit. All right, Larry Dierker, Tanana, still with the Angels, 2-0, 5-hit shutout. Gary Matthews, 5 hits. Andy Messersmith of the Dodgers. Flanagan got traded to the Twins in the offseason, remember? Hal McRae, a great week, hit 500 with 1 homer and 8 RBIs and 4 runs scored. Named Player of the Week. Very nice. Active career batting leaders: Hank Aaron, Frank Robinson, Willie McCovey, Billy Williams, Willie Stargell. Aaron is 42 this year. Boy, his ratings held up. He actually played a good while. Let's see. He retired after the 76 season, and I don't know about you guys. I still consider him to be the legitimate home run king, but if you choose to support Bonds, I understand. Aaron was my era, and I did not like seeing steroids break his record. But hey, only 1 home run last year, only played 33 games, so that's disappointing. I tell you what, he still has the ability to play. It looks like his morale, role on the team, very unhappy. He still thinks he has it. He's making $194,000. I wonder, God, could I get him? They don't have any cash. Who would they want? Rick Dempsey? Mallory? You know, McCarver, I've only got him for 1 year, right? He's not expensive. Oh, oops. Man. I still have Perkins behind him. Wolford, I kind of like him, but I've sent him down several times. Left and right. 25. I think I'm going to need him. I'm going to go ahead and add McCarver. I'm going to make this deal. I'm going to complete the trade. So the fans freak out. All right, we're down to number 7. All right, so the first thing we need to do is come in and see what he's going to do. All right, so we have a roster spot. We're going to bring him up to the big leagues, and we are going to. Now, he can't play right at all. Can he not? He can't play right at all. All right, McRae can play right. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to put no speed. All right. All right. I'm going to put him in right field. And then I'm going to put Aaron in left field. And let's see what that does. All right, so now we have Fairley backing him up and a defensive replacement. And we'll give Aaron a chance to see if he can hit. I mean, 268, 270, 20 homers, 69 RBIs. I'd be happy with those numbers. And where is he at right now? Batting stats 734, and of course, real life he ended up with 755. So a 21 home run season for Kansas City? Maybe. That would be neat. I would like that. That would make me pretty happy even for 1 year. All right, so let's see. So we've done that. All right, standings. All right, we went 7-3, still in a tie with Texas, which is okay as long as we're winning. Let's go up and look at the schedule. So we lost 2 out of 3 to Oakland. That's not good. 10-8. Ouch. Bryles got roughed up pretty bad. And you can see with the changes I made, now we're starting to see some regular appearing innings by our relievers. Bird got hit again really hard. Wow. Game strategy. Yeah, I want a quick hook on him. Quicker. I think he should be good, but he's just not performing right now. And then we swept a 3-game series with Chicago, including a doubleheader. Well, we won the first 3 before dropping the 4th game. So they're now 2 back, under 500. California got a couple of wins. Philly struggling. Mets and Pittsburgh are up. Astros. All right, taking a look. We've improved up to second in batting average, so that's good. Dropped a little bit in ERA. And yeah, I mean everybody's pretty much gone up there. Busby's looking really good. I mean, one earned, one run, a 1 ERA in 2 games. 1.2 for Paul Splitorf. Bobrowski's got 3 saves. ERA's high, but hopefully we'll get that down. Mayberry with 2 home runs. Lacey, McRae, and Otis with their first of the season. Brett is hitting 385, so that's good. He had a hot week. He's on a hot streak to get up to 385, but still no home runs, which is okay. All right, time-wise, we're down in the final minute, so let's go ahead and put a break in right here. We are in the middle of April. We have just traded for Hank Aaron, the home run king. Excited to see what he does in the next sim, starting in left field for us. So we'll come back and check that out. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Take care.